Hello and welcome everybody to part 9 of Beyond Good and Evil. Kind of an arse of an episode this one. Mainly because for some reason the beta software of my recording device didn't record for both of these videos, so I've got to voice over an hour of footage, which is kind of an arse but not the end of the world. Anyway, so I'm just going to be basically narrating on-screen footage, which actually has an advantage. Mainly because in this episode, I actually muted the mic anyway through a lot of it because I had so many interruptions with people coming home from work and whatnot. Anyway, enough about that. So we are actually going straight to the factory, I believe, before having a quick, after having a very quick look for animals and pearls. Now, I really didn't want to stop playing this game today because it is getting so much fun. It's unreal. Right, I'm going to full screen my recording. So as you can see, we do still have quite a lot of stuff to find, but it's all relevant to getting upgrades and whatnot. One thing I did forget about was I said that we was going to go back to Black Isle once we got the pearl and animal detector, and of course we never did, so I actually think I'm heading back there now.
Loyal aliens, war has
Right, so there's me just trying to work out where I'm going. And I realise that we need to go back. And there's loads of fish. Weird fish. That's what made me remember. I saw loads of fish pop up and I'm like, have I got them? And I was like, 9! There is stuff over there. So off we went. Now I actually thought these laser gates were going to get opened up, but on actually looking at the upgrades, I don't think the laser gates get opened up. I think you get something to jump over them. Black oil. That sounds so piratey. Right, so here we are, back where it kind of all began. Now what I like about going back to, yeah, that one coming up's an arsehole. What I like about coming back to these places is all the doors and all the puzzles are already, all, like, they're still done. There's a lot of games that I've played where if you go back to an old area you have to use switches to reopen doors and things, and it's a pain in the ass. But no, this game's very very awesome if you want to go back. And I think I refer to my map quite a lot here. Oh yeah, and here's a bit of brain death there. Run straight into the enemy, and it did record. The Xbox actually lagged there for some reason, like literally paused for like half a second. I thought the old girl was going to start rotting on me. But it's a Slim, so they shouldn't have that many problems. To be fair, it's got barely any use, but I digress. Oh yeah, and they actually took the red ring out of the new Slims anyway. But the new Xbox sounds cool, right? Always online. Count me out. Right. Yeah, now this is a bastard, and actually quite I was quite annoyed. I was here for ages trying to work this out. This is a right ball buster. There's one creature here. Now, if anyone's played the game, they're probably like, fucking noob. But actually, this, I never even considered something like this. And I must admit, I'm probably here for quite a while doing this. But there's one creature, and it kind of hovers back and forth between those two rooms. Even to the point where I actually considered that the game had glitched. And I found it just as I was considering actually leaving and coming back.
Not me, Flagnabbit.
I did start wondering if it actually glitched and it was something that I had thought I'd taken a picture of and then died. But nope. Kept looking at that thinking I should be looking right at it. Where the hell is the bloody thing? I even went through to this next bit thinking that the actual map marker might not be right on it. I thought it might be down this little path here, and then I started thinking no, I just wouldn't expect that from a game like this. It feels too polished to have a problem like that, but who knows, I was starting to run out of ideas. I was looking for it there. And then I saw that and I was thinking to myself, no, it's actually moved. It's definitely in the other area. And now it's actually inside that feckin' room, so something somewhere is wandering about. Apparently I sound paranoid. Yes. I know I always say it, but Paige is such an awesome character. There's stuff coming up. I'm actually kind of glad it didn't record, because there's one bit coming up that I belted out in stitches that was just so funny. And Jade and Paige are quickly becoming two of my favourite game characters ever. Paige especially, he's hilarious. And here I came around here and I thought, well, that panel looks dodgy. Can I actually take that panel off? And then I was thinking to myself, well, I tried the first time I was here, but then I was thinking, well, now Paige has got his magic fucking D52 spanner, maybe? Oh, that's right, here. I was thinking maybe it's like one of these timed things. Maybe it's like a little creature that hides out here, and when it sees you, it runs away. So I was trying to creep round the corner, and I'm like, nope, I should be looking at it. And this is where it gets cruel. I was like, oh, of course, it must be on the walls or the roof. obviously. And I was close. It's in the air, but in a really unfair manner. So then I started to try and get up here. And action comes up there, and I thought, oh, I don't know, that must be just to talk to Paige. So my TV's quite big, so sometimes you don't notice the button coming up. And I was like, yeah, this game is trolling me good and proper. And it did make me think that there's probably going to be some pearls and some beasties coming up that are going to be some demonic head scratchers. To be fair,
Let's go.
yeah, and then I started trying to get up here, thinking it's got to be up here. It has to be on the walls. Like, it's obviously not flying through the air. It must be attached to the ceiling.
You gotta open
Oh yeah, and then I was
it for
cursing
me,
at
Dave.
Paige for being a retard. The door's actually open. I was getting quite angry at this point, thinking something's gone wrong here. Has it glitched? And even now, when I think back to it now, watching this back, it really is not obvious at all. It's so well hidden. I'm looking at it, I'm like, you bastard. Thinking, I just want to get whatever it is and skin it. And wear it as a hat, so I'll always remember the day I got one up on it. And it's a type of creature as well that I never even thought. I thought maybe if you push this, does it flush it out of a hole, or? And I started to think, is there even a mechanic like that in the game? And then Paige started waving at me, and that cheered me up. I was cracking up. Simple things. I've actually been doing this bit now for 5 minutes. I'm watching the timer. In fact, it's probably near 6. And I started to think, is it one of those bugs? Do those bugs look the same, but one is very slightly different? And then I'm like, no, that's stupid. And then I was looking at this again. I think the bloody thing's glitched through the wall, isn't it? Because when you use that camera, it usually picks things out. You don't have to look at it directly. And Paige is waving at me again. That makes me laugh. Such a funny little detail. Even crossed my mind to have a look on a wiki or something, but I'm like, no, this game is too good to just go through a guide. It's too easy these days to just look up a guide. I really don't like doing it unless I'm really stuck. I do buy primer guides, and I was trying to open this, and I'm like, this thing looks... I was like, this thing looks like you can remove it. Then I started thinking, well, maybe there's a tool that you get later on that you have to come. And then I see that action, and it turns the lights out, and I'm like, what? And then I just noticed in the corner there's a little flash. And I was like, what the hell was that? And the lights come back on. There it is. It was like, what the hell is that? It's like some ghosty thing that only shows up when you turn the lights out on a switch that you don't even know's there. And I'm like, well played, game, well played. I mean, now you know it's there, but it's... And look how much money this sucker's worth as well.
Ouch! Not me, flag nabbit!
I was looking at that like, you bastard. You complete and utter plank. Oh, 500. Oh, okay. I thought it was worth 3,500 for some reason.
It's rare that they come out of their lair. Okay, your roll of film is finished. Good. I'll transfer
Thank
a
you very
pearl to you,
much.
Jade. And I'll recharge your film.
But yeah, you know when you get really frustrated with something, and then like with a game, and then you work it out, and it's just that overwhelming wave of satisfaction. Like, yeah, nothing gets past me, game. Although to be fair, I was so close to giving that up. So anyway, I was smiling like a Cheshire cat here. I can't remember what I was spouting down the mic at this point. I was so proud of myself, just like, yeah, yeah. I win this time, Ubisoft. So anyway, that pretty much wraps up Black Isle from what I remember. I think I do actually leave this bit and then come back. Because I forget to check for pearls, I think. Although there aren't actually any pearls here, which obviously I know that now, but I didn't know that then. Which is kind of an arse. Someone said to me as well, not said to me, but I read that this game is only about a 10-hour game. Now, where I am in the game at the moment, it doesn't feel like that. It doesn't actually feel like I'm very far in it at all. Right, let's get the hell out of here. Considering this is a PS2 game, basically, GameCube, Xbox game, there's a nice amount of detail. I like the way you see like other ships on the water, and you see airships in the sky. It's really cool. I really do like that. And of course you got the fauna and flora as well. Very nice. And then I was thinking, oh crap, we didn't check for pearls. But I think I literally just nip in here, check for pearls, think, oh, twat, and then leave. Yeah, it's a good thing you can't go flying through that windscreen.
Dangerous.
Right. Yeah, yeah, there's nothing here. So this is the one place in this game that I'm quite confident we can write off now. I'm paranoid about missing anything. You know, sometimes when you play a game and you kind of get to a certain point, and then you kind of snap. Yeah, there's more pearls on that island, but I do a circle here because it says there's more than one pearl on that island still. But hell if I know where it is. You must be able to get on top of it, or there must be an upgrade you get later on that maybe allows you to. Well, I know we get some kind of jump engine or some kind of. Oh no! Spot that beauty. I'm like, holy crap! How did I miss a whale jumping out of the sea? It's freaking huge. This thing. And then it hid for like a minute, and then it comes bursting back up, and you get a sack of cash for this thing. There she blows. Boom. This is the. Oh, you
Okay,
get, there's something
I've
that
added
gives us
it to my
3.5K,
archives.
but 2.2k is quite a lot of money. I was quite chuffed with that, and I was just like, "Whoa, that's awesome!" But as you can see, yeah, there's still animals, and there's 2 animals, and there's 2 pearls that we can't get on that island yet. I had a quick look for caves. And I was just like, hell if I know, it must be something to do with an upgrade we get later. I did wonder if there was a box floating in the water. Like we found earlier, there was a few boxes floating around, but they only contain money. I did wonder if there was an actual pearl box.
Hey, you're shooting at the wrong
Yeah,
target,
well, you
guys.
shouldn't have been there. Right. It's such a shame when you upload to YouTube, it really takes away from, it degrades your videos quite a lot. I mean, obviously, you know, it's a free service. They have, oh Christ knows how much, you know, hundreds of thousands of terabytes of space being eaten up every day. But it's such a shame, because this game's beautiful.
They even blocked off this passage.
You are entering a hazardous zone. For your safety,
Yep.
please leave
And then
the
we've got
area.
this drone that just would not let me pass. But it's pretty obvious what we had to do with that sucker. Which also got me thinking, there's that other path earlier on in the game that we could probably get through. Boom. This game really is gorgeous. I mean, the footage before it's uploaded is beautiful. Now, factory entrance, so we actually get back on track here. I do procrastinate quite a lot. Oh, this bit was a bit of an arse. This is where my brother came in and started talking to me, and I'm like, for God's sake. Now you notice we don't actually start off with, I don't think we start off with a complete map. However, there are some beasties here for us to take photos of, but I couldn't find them all. I thought there might be one in the water. And then I saw that, hovercraft, model not listed, and I'm like, is that something we can take a photo of? But it doesn't appear to be. High magnetic radiation. Surely that's not good for a couple of beings to be riding around in. But hey, what do I know? Game logic at its finest. Yeah, that's right, yeah, we don't have a full map. And this place is pretty big. Certainly the biggest place we've been to so far. So anyway, I decided it's time to move on.
Don't even think about it.
Hemorrhaging money.
Leave, stupid, whatever you are.
I like it when enemies bleed money. You don't get that very often. Now here we are. This is the first of one of those big code things we have to take photos of.
Yes, it's the code that we deciphered a couple of days ago.
Thank you,
I'll
very
send
glad.
it to you. Are you there yet, Shawnee? Don't forget that the governor can help if you're having problems getting through a military door with a code. Just send her a picture of the cryptid signal.
I like the way she just literally looks up the serial number. And it's like, that easy, eh? Yeah, see, you actually have to photograph it and send her it again. So I'm like, well, I've just photoed it and sent it to her. Where the hell's the code? But that's obviously because this is like the first time we've seen them.
Okay, got it. We just sent you an email. You should have it any minute now. Good luck. If he hasn't changed it, it's still that. Good luck.
I do like the way you enter codes. With this whole spiral thing, it works really freaking well with the analog stick. It's one of the best code input things I've seen on a console. And I think someone was bothering me here, yeah. Elevator room A. Oh yes. Now this one actually confused me for a second or two.
No problem. Pardon me, pardon me.
Because old Page finally gets his arse in gear and decides to start cutting. I think I have to tell him a couple of times to do it.
No problem. Step aside, little
And
lady.
you'll notice Ratus, what was that? Gigantus or
Okay,
something.
I've added it to my archives.
So yeah, if you notice the way he cuts this gate and then he stops halfway through, this grate I should say, I was like, Paige, buddy, you've only done half a job there, bud. And I'm like, well, I know I can't open it, and I was like, oh, obviously she does that kick thing. So there is actually...
Okay, we're gonna have to keep on our toes now, Jade.
Don't worry, Uncle Page. We'll just take some pictures and get
So
home.
yeah, so she's actually got a hell of a boot on her.
Shawnee, I've located the probable positions of the Alpha's activities. I've added them to your map for you to look at. Send us
Certainly
the
make Duke
pictures.
Nukem proud.
Shawnee, I've located...
Right. Also, yeah, I'll talk about that when it comes up. Now that's obviously a lightning gate of death that we can't go through. And then this tutorial comes up, so I'm like, so that bit, that little, I don't know if it's a secret, but that bit we did earlier with the conveyor belts was, I guess you're supposed to find out about that after this bit, because this is the tutorial of how to get through the lasers. Now, agility isn't Paige's strength. Oh, that's quite funny. I noticed that you could kill and stamp on the rats, which I thought says a lot about Jade's character. Evil bitch came to mind. Right. I think I was looking here for a way to turn that laser gate off. But anyway, agility's not Paige's strong point. So we have to leave him there. And there it is.
Hang on, Jade! I'm coming!
I love the way he runs. There's so many wonderful little touches in this game. You can see why so many people revere it as a classic. By my calculations and from what I've heard, I'm only about a third through it, maybe a quarter. And I'm like, oh, I've got to push the box.
How's it coming, Jade?
Come on, buddy.
Ugh. No use insisting.
Like, okay, game.
Need a hand?
Reveal your secrets to the game.
No use insisting. your horses. Good lord, you'll bust a
There we
gut.
go. Kind of obvious when you look at it. You're supposed to push it that way.
If you ask me, it ain't going no further.
Well, once again, you're nothing gets past you,
How's
buddy.
it coming, Jade?
Right.
You're gonna go and make me wear out my jet boots, Jade?
The latest style in transportation.
That's not all, Jade. That's not all. Ha! So much for their
Yeah,
fancy
defeated by a
security
wooden
system.
box. With a metal outer edge, actually, she should have been fried. Let's not pick holes.
A Reaper? They're sicking a Reaper on us. Looks like he's on the prowl. He must keep an eye on the ducks. It's getting too risky, Jade. We're needed back at the lighthouse. Let's stop while we still can.
If the Iris Network is telling the truth, then this is
Well
where
put,
we need
dear.
it most.
And then I know yeah, this is where I switch over to see how far, because my timey senses were tingling.